Okay, coaches, I thought this would be easier than getting together and going through this in person. If you still need to do that, we can, but let me know after watching this if it makes any more sense. So the website is www.empirestatebaseball.com. EmpireStateBaseball.com. And this will pop up, and you have home, league, rules, registration. That's the one you want right here. Click registration, and this gray screen pops up. So you can read through it with me here. Registration fee, $300 per team. We have mailed that in on behalf of all of our teams in Niskayuna. She already has that. We already also mailed the fine deposit check, which is a separate check of $100. So every team has both of those already taken care of. Don't worry about it. Insurance certificate, also, I took care of that. She has our insurance on file for our entire league, so nothing to worry about there. The roster. I have all of the rosters downloaded from our teams onto her form. The only thing I still need is, I think, coaches' contact information, which I have, so I can enter that. And also uniform numbers, which leads me to something else. I have the uniforms, and I want to get names on the back of the alternate jersey. So 8U, 9U, and 910. I'm going to need you to provide me with what uniform numbers each kid wants. So I'll provide you with a separate email, but that's going to be another task that we do, and I'll send you that. So nothing to worry about as far as ESBL with the roster. I'll take care of that as soon as I get the numbers from you. The only thing you have to do is scroll down to the white section here and team name. So if you're Kirk, you are Niskayuna Warriors 8U. If you are Joey, you're Niskayuna Warriors 9U. If you're Paul, you're Niskayuna Warriors 9U National. I know we call it 910 in-house, but as far as ESBL is concerned, we're 9U National for Paul Daly's team. So once you fill out that, I'll just leave that for now. And you pick here, whichever one you are. So Kirk and Ryan are 8U, Joey is 9U, and so would Paul. Paul would put 9U as well. You don't put anything on this line. 8U to 12U division of play. Kirk and Ryan, you are national. Joe, you decide for you. My guess would probably be American West for you. American East is typically all-star teams that go deep into the tournament. You could do that. You're playing the best teams that typically go to district states, maybe beyond. American West are all-star teams. And I think, Dan, you have done this in the past. It's just a slightly fairer division. And then national is maybe some newcomers. You kind of protect the kids here a little bit better. So I would say Paul and Kirk, you are national. And Joe, you decide what you want to do here. Cross age division play. So Kirk and Ryan, you're going to probably want to do no, play your division only. Because if there ever becomes a scheduling issue on her end, she might stick you with some powerhouse teams, and you never know if you'll end up with 1 or 6. So if you guarantee, this kind of guarantees that you'll have, you kind of protect your players, at least in their very first year with young kids. Paul, I would say keep it right here as well, based on our situation. Play at your age division only. And Joe, it's up to you what you want to do for 9U. You decide if you want to have a variety of a schedule, challenge yourself, or that's completely up to you here. So our home field is 2555 River Road, and that is in Niskayuna, New York, 12309. A lot of people copy and paste that after she shares it into like GPS addresses, so make sure we type that just like it looks there. Team organization website, we go Niski baseball.com. Team manager name, this would be, your names here. So whatever the manager of your team, whether it's Kirk or Joe DiPiazza or Paul Daly, put there. Fill out your own email address, phone number for the manager, your cell phone, and she'll share that with all the other managers so you can confirm games once the season starts. And then you get into the scheduling part, which is a lot easier than it looks. So these are all the possible dates that exist. So she's allowing the season to start as early as Friday, April 12th. You do not have to play that early if you don't want. I'm not playing Friday, April 12th. So what I did on my team is I just put no play. You have to pick something for everything. So I didn't play there. I did take a shot at maybe wanting to play one game before April break. So I said, you know what, I'm going to be, I'll play, but I want to play at home only. So I did that. And hopefully you get a home game that day. I didn't play Friday, April 19th, and I don't think you should either because it's the beginning of break. So if people are going away, you're running the risk of them leaving, Thursday night or Friday, and missing school and not being there Friday night. So I would say no play to that because that's the beginning of break. And then you have your Easter Sunday, and then break is in here. So nothing's going on then. This is the end of break. All right, so here's another issue. People probably aren't going to be home yet. So you're going to want to do no play there. It's a slow start to the year, which is fine because the weather, who knows what we get for weather. Sunday, April 28th. Roll the dice here. If you think your families will be back for that end of break Sunday, you can say, if you don't care, if you're home or away, put home or away. You usually want to put home or away because she'll balance your schedule. If you want to play a game on a given day, put home or away from here on out, because if it's a 12-game schedule, you're more than likely going to end up with 6 home and 6 away. I've never in all the years with both of my kids had that not happen. So Sundays from here on out, you pretty much want to play home or away. If you want to pick a couple of Fridays, let's say not yet, I don't want to do a Friday. Maybe Friday, May 10th, I'll go home or away. And then Sunday, I skipped a Sunday there, but home or away. Another Sunday, home or away. And then this Friday, no, I don't want to play that Friday. This is just an example. Sunday, May 19th, home or away. And then there's a block here, or a gap because of the Memorial Weekend tournaments. You don't have to worry about Memorial Weekend yet. Something will come out about that later. We're hosting tournaments at home for 8U and 11U, but when that gets closer, she'll ask you if you want to, take part in a Memorial Weekend tournament. I did not at 8 and 9. I did at 10. It's totally up to you guys. And then this year, she's calling it playoffs. Sometimes this works out where she actually has a playoff system, and sometimes they end up just being regular games. So Sunday, June 2nd, you're just going to put home or away. June 9th, home or away. 16th, home or away. Now, none of you have to worry about this because you're not that old yet. So you can jump right to Friday the 21st, home or away, or don't play. Again, this is up to you if you want to play any Friday. So I'm going to, for example's sake, I'll put home or away there and home or away for that. So let's go back and count how many games. I think the sweet spot should be 12 because if it rains, you still get 10, 11 games. And then if you want to play Memorial Day, you're going to end up with a handful more. And with all the rec games and the young ages of these kids, I think that's plenty. Some teams try to schedule 18 games as they get older. You're really pushing it. 12 is good, and you're still okay if it rains a couple times. They're very hard to make up. Usually if it rains, you don't play the game again and travel. So if I go back to the top, let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So again, I said 12. So what you could do is go back and maybe throw a couple double headers on there. That was one of the choices we didn't talk about. So let's say on Sunday, May 5th, at that point in the season, I'm ready to do a double header home or away. So you'll get get back-to-back games, one day, usually against the same team. That gives us the 12 right there. if you wanted to roll the dice and maybe do a 13th game, or maybe trade out a Friday if Fridays are pushing it. Fridays are tricky because if you end up trying, having to go to Clifton Park for 6 o'clock game and be there at 5 at rush hour, it's a little tricky. But it's always worked out. It's just a little hectic. Let's say I don't want to play this Friday, but I want to play a doubleheader to end the season. That's 12 games again. And that's all there is to it. And there really isn't anything you have to put here. I'll talk to her about all of us sharing fields. And don't worry, I know I said something about sharing fields, but don't worry too much about that, because when she makes the schedule, the master, if she has 9U and 10U both playing home, both on a given Sunday, she'll just schedule one at 10 and one at 12:30 on the same field. And she has multiple fields in our complex to work with. So she'll figure all that out on her end. So don't worry so much about the other teams. That was more for the older, for myself and 12U, trying to worry about lights and sharing Fridays and whatnot. So if you have any questions, let me know. You will have to click this 300 at the bottom just so it will submit your information. But the 300 is already in, so don't worry about that. After you hit submit, you will get I don't want to hit it because I might screw up the system, but you'll get like a confirmation sheet that shows you what you picked. And what I would do is maybe take a screenshot of that or send it to me and just let me know how this went afterward. And I think you should be all right. But like I said, the sweet spot is 12 games.